Hello Taurus, Sun, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Taurus, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. So with all that being said, Taurus, let's get started. How does Taurus currently view this relationship? Okay, so we have the King of Swords, we do have the Nine of Wands, and then we also have the Nine of Cups, okay? The bottom of the deck, we do have the Page of Pentacles. I feel like you're recovering. This to me kind of feels like you currently find yourself on a healing journey, but nonetheless, though, I do feel like you're kind of recovering from a very toxic and unhealthy relationship that you were a part of, Capricorn. Don't get me wrong, I feel like you find yourself in a much better place now that this individual is no longer in your life. But I feel like you're starting to kind of I feel like you're starting to kind of now see firsthand how much of a toll this relationship that you were in took on you. And I also think that you're starting to kind of realize how much your relationship with this person really did affect you in a very, very negative way is kind of what I'm getting. You know, the King of Swords is somebody who's known for being like a social butterfly. So I don't know, before you got with this person, no, you could have found yourself being like the only social butterfly. But now that, you could have found yourself, yes, being like the only social butterfly, prior to you meeting this person. But then when you got with this person, it's like you started to become very withdrawn and very to yourself. You didn't really talk to people like that. You see what I mean? And it could have been because of this person. Like maybe this person didn't want you talking to certain people. Maybe this person didn't want you, surrounding yourself with, certain people. Maybe you were dealing with somebody who's super controlling. Anyways, but now that it's done and over with between you and this person, as far as becoming social is concerned, being who you truly are, your true and authentic self, a social butterfly, I think that that's kind of what's causing you to realize oh man, my relationship with said person, man, really did, affect me. You might find it hard to be social with people because of your history with this person, your relationship with this person. That's definitely a possibility, but I just kind of see you realizing how much your relationship with this person truly did change you and affected you, because now you're starting to kind of see it because you're no longer in that marriage anymore, in that relationship anymore. So you're starting to kind of see the toll and the effect that it took on you and how much it actually changed you as a person. Okay, how does this person currently view this relationship with Taurus? So we do have the Hierophant, we also have the Nine of Swords, and then we also have the King of Wands out here. When you guys were together, you guys could have found yourselves fighting and arguing with one another a lot, because you guys are both showing up as masculine energies. Don't get caught up in the gender. Nothing's gender specific. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. It just kind of looks like, the both of you were harnessing a lot of masculine energy within your relationship with one another. And typically that happens within a relationship where there's two people who don't feel entirely safe and secure with one another. So it causes both of them to stay in their masculine energy, because being in your feminine energy causes, obviously the both of you to feel very, very vulnerable, and you guys didn't trust one another to be vulnerable with one another. And this is kind of why you guys were maintaining your masculine energy within this dynamic that you guys once upon a time had with one another. But I do feel like that brought a lot of fights, arguments, disagreements, things of that nature. But in regards to how this person is currently viewing this relationship with you, I am definitely getting that this relationship that they once upon a time had with you affected them so much to the point where they never want to be in a committed relationship ever again. Is kind of what I'm gathering. Even for you, right? It's your relationship with this person affected you so much to the point where it caused you to realize that being with somebody who's controlling, like they were, caused you to realize you never want to be with somebody who is controlling ever again. You see what I mean? But for them, it just kind of looks like it just kind of looks like they allowed themselves to be vulnerable with you, something that they personally struggle with. And because this person allowed themselves to be vulnerable with you, they got hurt or disappointed in some way, shape, or form. And this is what's causing them to never want to do that again. Never want to be vulnerable with a person again. Never want to like commit or devote themselves to a person again. So needless to say, I think that this relationship kind of hurt and affected the both of you, but just in different ways, right? It caused you to not want to be with a controlling individual anymore, or be with an individual that is going to try to change you, right? For them, it just kind of looks like it caused them to just never want to be vulnerable with a person, or fully commit and or devote themselves to a person ever again. So it affected the both of you in different ways, basically, is what I'm getting. You guys could have been married to one another, or in a relationship with one another. How does Taurus currently feel? How does Taurus currently feel? Ooh, okay. All right. So we do have the 2 of Swords. We also have the 6 of Pentacles. And then we also have the King of Pentacles. I am definitely getting, with this person that you were dealing with, you used to say no to a lot of things. Like if somebody were to like tell you like, hey, Taurus, like you want to go to this place, you want to go to that place, like you would turn around and instantly say, nope, no, I'm okay, no, I'm good. I just kind of feel like this person more than likely was very, very controlling. I am definitely getting that, but I feel like going places with people does make you very anxious and very nervous. And it's because maybe when you were dealing with this person, they didn't want you going out with people. Like I said, it's a possibility. So when somebody offers, to take you out somewhere, or when somebody tells you like, hey, you want to go to this place, you want to go to that place, like, I feel like the first response, that comes to your mind to tell that person is no. No, thank you. I'm good. You know what I mean? And it's because, again, of your relationship with this person. So now that you're out of the relationship, it's like you're realizing, holy shit, like this relationship really did kind of like fuck me up a little bit. You know what I mean? So I do see you like slowly but surely, right? Like getting back to like living your regular normal life that you were living, right, prior to meeting this person. It kind of looks like you were very social prior to meeting this person, but it looks like that drastically changed when you got with this person. It also looks like, before you met this person, you used to like, go places and hang out with people. And it kind of looks like all of that stopped when you met this person. So now this person's not in your life. I do see you getting, slowly but surely getting back to like, yourself, right? Like going places with people, hanging out with people, doing this, doing that, you know what I mean? And not feeling the need that you have to turn around and tell that person, no, I can't, sorry, Okay, let's keep going, shall we? Hold on, let me adjust the lighting. Sorry, the sun is coming up, but how does this person currently feel? Okay, so we do have the Wheel of Fortune. We also have the 8 of Cups, and then we also have the 5, interesting, of Wands. In regards to, in regards to how this person is currently feeling, for whatever reason, it just kind of looks like when this person was either married to you, in a relationship with you, a lot of things weren't necessarily going the way that they wanted it to. But this has nothing to do with you. This has a lot to do with like, their own personal life, right? Like maybe things weren't looking good for them financially, or business-wise, or career-wise. But now that the two of you, I guess, are not together, it appears to me that things have been unfolding exactly the way this person wants things to unfold within, their social life, their business life, their career life, things of that nature, which is causing them to furthermore feel, I don't know, how do I explain this, what's going on with this person? I feel like this person's convinced that being married or in a relationship is just not for them. Because according to them, when this person finds themselves in a relationship with someone, a whole lot of like bad tends to like happen, you know, in this person's life. It's like things start to go left all of a sudden, you know, in this person's life. It's like, yeah, it's like this person's convinced that they were brought into this world to just be single and alone. Because when they're single and alone, everything tends to like, you know, play out in their favor. Everything tends to go their way. Life is just easier. Life is just, you know, great, you know, when they're single and alone. But when they're in a relationship, which is something that I feel like this person was already starting to kind of feel prior to meeting you, you know, as far as like being in a relationship is concerned, it's like for them, being in a relationship is such a bad thing, you know, because all it does is bring bad into their life according to them. And they feel like this relationship that they, you know, once upon a time had with you, according to them, you know, they feel like it brought a lot of bad into their life. Nothing was going their way. It's like they were experiencing bad luck after bad luck after bad luck is kind of what I'm getting. So now that it's over and done with between the two of you, and, you know, things are finally going their way, in life, it's causing them to believe, you know what, maybe this is like a sign from the universe that I'm just supposed to be single and alone. You know what I mean? Let me adjust the lighting again. Hold on. I'm like, at first it was too bright and now it started to get a little too dark. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's keep going. What actions will Taurus take towards this person or moving forward? We do have the Queen. Interesting. We do have the Queen of Pentacles. We do have the Tower. And then we also have the World. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Queen of Wands. We also have the Empress. And then we also have the Three of Swords. Okay. To the Ace of Swords. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. In regards to how you plan on moving forward, Taurus, with the Queen of Pentacles to the Tower to the World, I do see you realizing that maybe, just maybe, you know what I mean, you and this individual to the right of me was just simply, you know, never, you know, meant to be. Here's the thing though, Taurus, even though I see you kind of like moving into this energy of, you know what, maybe, just maybe me and this person, we were just never meant to be. You know what I mean? I think that what's prompting this moment that I'm seeing here in the near future, and it is coming from you, right? It's an energy of you wanting to give this relationship another go around in hopes that maybe, just maybe this time, right, things will be different between the two of you. Things will be better between the two of you. And here's why all of this is even happening to begin with. If we get rid of this person's controlling ways, because it does appear to me from what I'm seeing here, this person was controlling, right? If we get rid of this person's controlling ways, you look at this person like, hands down, homie, they're perfect for you. You look at them like they are perfect for you, right? And because you look at this person like they're perfect for you, it kind of has you wanting to like try one more time with them, right? So I do see you extending yourself to them, but it's stemming from a place of, I just want to try one more time. I just want to try one more time to see like if things improve between us, or if things get better between us. And if it doesn't, then I'll accept it, and I will move on with my life, and I will never contact this person again. I will never look for this person ever again. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I'm gonna be honest, Taurus. I wasn't expecting that. What actions? We have the Fool, we have the Knight of Swords, and then we also have the Justice card. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Ace of Wands to the Hermit to the Hangman. Okay. In regards to how this person plans on moving forward, just like you're moving into a place of acceptance that I guess this person just wasn't the one for me. They're moving into a place of acceptance that it's officially over, right? Between the two of you. In other words, this is not somebody who's anticipating / expecting to ever hear from you again. Okay, so we have the Hermit, we have the Ace of Wands, and then we also have the Hangman. Something's happening here in the near future that's causing this person to think long and hard if they want to go off and do something or not. And it does have a lot to do with this dynamic here between the two of you. Okay, do they want to give this another go around? Or do they want to just kind of keep things as is, which is basically just simply over between the two of you and just continue to just remain on the path that this person, is currently on, which is a path of just focusing, on themselves. Okay. I'm very curious to see how this is going to play out between you and this human. What's the ultimate outcome between Taurus and this person? Come on. Okay, sorry. Jesus. All right, we have the 8 of Wands. We have the King of Cups. We got the 4 of Cups. We also have the 7 of Cups to the 5 of Pentacles. And then we also have the Page of Wands. Oh, man. I can see why. I mean, I get what's prompting you to want to give this another go around. I mean, we can't deny the fact that you guys are extremely compatible to one another. I mean, for crying out loud, we have the Emperor to the Empress, the King of Wands to the Queen of Wands, and then we also have the King of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles. So you guys are extremely compatible to one another. What you guys share with one another is very rare and very unique. You guys also showed up as a High Priestess to the Hierophant too, so then that's another thing too. But anyways, as far as the ultimate outcome, I see you more willing to give this another try than them, and here's why. Let me explain, okay? I feel like this person feels like if they were to invite you back into their life all over again, they're gonna go back to going through things they don't want to go through. And I keep getting this whole when they're in a relationship with someone, things start to go south for them, and they're not entirely sure why it's like that, but they feel like things start to go south for them. Things don't play out in the ways that they want things to essentially play out when it comes down to their career, when it comes down to their business, things of that nature. So again, after this relationship came to an end between you and this person was already convinced that they're not supposed to be in a relationship. Maybe they were just supposed to be single and just focus on them for the rest of their life. Because I feel like that's kind of the conclusion that they're coming down to, given, whatever happened here between the two of you. It's causing them to really think and believe, you know what, I guess I was just supposed to be single and alone for the rest of my life and just kind of focus on me. That's their whole MO. So as much as this person, because I could tell that they want to run back, that's kind of besides the point here. I mean, there's no denying the fact that this is somebody who still has a lot of love for you, and this is somebody who still, cares for you deeply. I just kind of feel like when it comes down to you, because this person's showing up as a King of Cups and a King of Wands, which I feel like that's kind of why they were the way that they were with you as far as being controlling is concerned, is because this one over here is... This person might have Scorpio and or Leo within their chart, but they do come off to me as somebody who's very possessive, very possessive, and very territorial. I do feel like being with you brings out their jealous side. I'm also getting that as well. I think it's safe to say that this person's kind of borderline crazy about you. And personally, between you and I don't even think that this person likes the fact that you have that effect on them, as far as causing them to feel possessive and territorial and the jealous type. I don't even think this person personally likes the fact that you make this person feel this way. You know what I mean? Because I'm getting that this person was never like this with anybody. They were never like this with anybody. They weren't crazy over anybody like they were with you. They weren't possessive over anybody like they were with you. They weren't territorial over anybody like they were with you. They've never been this way ever with anybody. So, they feel if they were to go back, they're going to go back to being the jealous type. They're going to go back to being the territorial type. They're going to go back to experiencing life in a way that they don't want to experience it. Because there's something about when they're in a relationship, nothing goes in their favor, everything goes fucking left, and they don't even know why it's like that, but it's just like that. So it just kind of looks like this person needs some time, Taurus, to think about it. Trust me, there's a good 95% of them that wants to run back, but then there's just that 5% of them that's but I don't know if I should, because I feel like if I do, I'm gonna go back to being this version of myself. Because you bring out this version out of them that they personally are not a fan of. This version of being borderline crazy about a person, they don't like that at all. Not even a little bit. They don't like being this way. Like, they don't like being crazy about a person. They don't like being territorial or possessive over a person, you know, like they don't personally like this version of them that I guess like you tend to kind of like bring out of them somehow, some way. So is there a huge possibility that this person's going to end up revisiting this connection all over again? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Because there's a good, again, there's 95% of them that wants to run back, that wants to revisit this all over again. And then there's just that 5% of them that doesn't. So the likelihood of them revisiting this connection all over again is very, very likely to happen. Okay. So that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.